hello. You must be Diamond? It's a pleasure to meet you. I'm Michelle, and I'm going to be your interior design consultant today. Thank you so much for agreeing to see me. So, when your email, you mentioned that you were looking for a general sort of sprucing up of your home. Nothing really structural in nature, but just a bit of giving your mostly the interior of your home a better reflection, to make it a better reflection of you. And I think that's a truly admirable goal, because our spaces in which we spend so much of our time should be a reflection of ourselves. Now, my first comment actually my first question is going to be, what is the budget on this project? No, it's a very important question, because it's going to help us sort of do decor triage. So, 9,000. Oh, excellent. We can make some very nice additions or changes with that. We have a lot of space to play in. So, how about let's talk about this porch. Now, you know how your eyebrows are considered the frame of your face? Well, your porch is, to some extent, the frame of your house. It sets the scene. It sort of welcomes people in and gives them an indication of the kind of space you want this to be and who you are. And I feel, while looking at this porch space, that it gives me no indication of who you are, given that it's completely empty. And I know perhaps, I was going to talk a little bit about minimalism, but upon taking a better look at you, Diamond, I don't know that minimalism is sort of your guiding principle. You obviously favor jewelry and patterns. Why don't you show me, well, certainly not right out here in the street, but once we get inside, I may ask you to show me a few others of your outfits to kind of give me an indication of your aesthetic. I'd like to find out a little bit more about you. Let's find out what do you do for a living? Oh, you're a broadcaster. All right, so someone for whom appearance plays a large part. Right. And how would you describe your personality? Oh, you love cats. You're gluttonous. And you're a bro. Okay. No, it's good to know all these things. All these things are reflective of who you are. Do you presently own a cat? You do not. All right, but would you like your house to be more cat welcoming? Of course. As for gluttony, now do you cook? No. So you're not. I understand. Your hours are strange. Right. So you don't always have the chance to go out and, to learn things like cooking and other home skills, because your schedule is so strange. Right. Oh, that makes sense. So, a kitchen is always a necessity. You know that. But a chef's kitchen isn't quite so important to you, or are you hoping to pick up that skill? No. All right. And can you tell me more about, like, where do you see yourself in life? Where would you like to be in 5, 10, 20 years? Do you think you'll be staying? Oh, all right. No, I think a lot of people aren't that forward about stating their desire to marry someone wealthy and not be in this house for long. So that's another objective for the space, yes, is to attract the mate that you desire? All right. All right. So you like games, television, sports, reading, really? Great. Oh no, I'm a big reader myself. Cats. Excellent. Well, that gives us an excellent foundation on which to begin. One thing I will point out is that this front porch really shows us none of that. Are you a family-oriented person? Do you see yourself having children in the future? Are you from a big family? All right. So you have two married siblings. Oh, my condolences about your family, your parents. Are you close with your siblings? Yes. Oh, great. And really? Oh, that's fascinating. All right, so you have 5 nieces and nephews. Oh, that's really nice. Do you like to have everyone over here? Yeah? Oh, that's nice. That's very nice. Great. So, do you hope to have children with a future partner? Okay. Okay. You're happy as an aunt. No, I totally understand. I'm the same way. Let's go inside. No, to start advising things for the porch now would be like giving you an eyebrow shaping without looking at the rest of your face. So let's go inside. I'll just, yeah. Oops. Excuse me. Oh my. All right, this is... Huh. Did you just move into this space? How interesting. All right. So I see office, living room, dining. Okay, bathroom, bedroom. Right. And then a modest kitchen. Oh, what an interesting design choice. Do you just have the one overhead cabinet? Is that the case? Let's take a closer look at your kitchen. That's very interesting. I know your bathroom and bedroom are certainly there first, but let's just take a quick look. So you chose, okay, floor to ceiling tile. Ah, your laundry's ready. No problem at all, no problem at all. I'm just very curious about some of your choices. So what I see first is a lot of tile. You obviously feel very strongly about tile. All right. Your appliances are functional, right? Right. There's nothing wrong with functional, but you did only... Forgive me, I'm going to take a different sort of look at your house. You do only have the one cabinet. Of course. No, I'm certainly not criticizing your home. I'm just taking it all in. Taking in your choices. Very interesting. Very interesting indeed. Or, well, may I be straightforward? Thank you, I really appreciate that. This will be a much more effective process if you can sort of move past natural defensiveness and sort of just look at what I'm saying with an open mind. Right. So I know nothing about you looking at this house, except that you don't. This may be forgive me, it's a question, an indelicate question, but do you have some form of color blindness? No, alright. No, that's very helpful. What I'm seeing is a house that doesn't really reflect a sophisticated broadcaster who's a sports fan who likes games and chess. You love chess, and reading and cats, and you're just a woman of many interests, many hobbies, and a very high-powered career. And right, you're an influencer. No, that's... Oh, so you're not a TV broadcaster. Well, is there any difference anymore? Now I understand. But obviously you want to approach your job with professionalism and a certain sophistication. Oh, okay. Well, I don't... You know what? Let's take this opportunity to look at another one of your outfits again, as we discussed. Thank you very much. Well, why don't we let the door shut? No, really, you don't have to start changing until... There we are. Excellent. How about you show me your... I know you're dressed for warm weather now, but let's go ahead and dress for just sort of, if it wasn't so warm out today. Why don't you show me an everyday look? Ah, see, that's more what I was expecting. And this young woman doesn't really show, and this isn't reflecting this diamond. The house isn't doing you favors. It's very empty. No, it's quite alright. Alright, Diamond, how about, show me something you'd wear to a party. Or, excuse me, to a formal event. Oh, alright. So what I'm seeing is you might be less into pattern than I thought. And how about if you were attending a more casual party or a nightclub? Some sort of, party event. Oh. So you do like to take some fashion risks. And I think your house, again, just doesn't really reflect how you like to present yourself. Does that make sense? Right. And okay. I'm seeing more. You're not presenting a terribly coherent wardrobe dressing style either. You may want to consider a different consultant for that service. I'm not criticizing your clothing choices. I'm just saying message. In an outward-facing job, appearance matters. And I'm not talking about beauty or even fitness. I'm speaking about how you carry yourself, what message your clothing sends. Right. Well, first things first, let's get down to business. We've talked enough. What is your... Let's see, I'm sorry, you don't have to keep your winter clothing on. Let's get you back to your summery outfit. Great. So, well, obviously, you sort of match your wallpaper. So, do you like this wallpaper? Oh, okay. You'd like to actually match your wallpaper. Well, there is let's try this out. Let's make some changes and look at it. There's a flower child wallpaper that looks very much like what you're wearing. If you'd like to swatch that. Right? Uncanny. You could stand against the wall and almost disappear, almost, but not with your natural attractiveness and charisma. Do you like that look? It's brighter. I would not call it more modern or more sophisticated, but it has a vintage charm. Do you consider? No. Oh, vintage, not at all. All right. But neither are you startlingly modern. I understand. Have you considered maybe, how about this? I'm a huge, do you see how that would act? I'd like you to look at your chairs and your table as an example maybe of wood tones that don't quite match so well, right? Now, as you can see, the match between your new wall paneling and the floor isn't perfect. Nothing's perfect, but it's less jarring than, say, your chairs and your table. What do you think of this wallpaper pattern? Oh, you like it? Right. You can try it in other colors, but other colors with it can start to be a bit overwhelming. And with this, a little repainting of your windows, should you wish to do that, would really, I mean, if we were to, let's just test on one. We could add a much crisper pop of red. I'm a huge fan of red and gray and white, and I just think that's very sophisticated. Or, for example, a simple, a very neutral tan. Do you see how pretty that is? Right. So think on that a little bit. And the next thing I think we're going to do is look at some of your furniture placement. No, I understand you don't really have furniture. Right, with your broadcasting career, it's been hard to find time to go shopping. No, I do understand. There are a couple things that we might want to think about. First of all, we could rework this whole area to be more friendly, both for your visiting family and for, say, visiting dates, to make it a little more just comfortable. One thing I might suggest is getting rid of everything that you own. No, that's certainly not meant to be an insult. It's just a suggestion. Right. But I would advise, it's just not a bad idea. Like a bro like you really, I think, deserves a better television. And if you have a sports-loving potential mate coming home to spend some time with you, that's a very tiny little TV to force them to look at. Right. So let's consider. Now, do you have a nightstand for your TV? All right, you have one, but do you see how that's sort of set up for a solitary existence? Right. Only one nightstand because only one person. But what if you started having another person over? Right. So here's what I'd like to do. Let's sell this television. And I'm not sure we're going to use this stand instead, or repaint it and use it in your bedroom. But let's just move that, because I'm not sure we need that. Next, it's an attractive space, but what I'm wondering is if you were to move this door over to here, first off, you wouldn't have such a long walk from your bedroom in the evening to reach your bathroom. And then you'd also have the ability to have a wall-mounted television, which I'll tell you, that's a great space saver. So let's come over here, and just going to change my way of looking at things for a minute. I kind of like that. Now your love seat isn't terrible. Do you like that? Do you like the color? How about a slip cover? We could try a different slip cover. Right. Now, I do love, it would necessitate changing the window. Oh, you like the idea of changing the window paint. Great. So I think you could very easily change to either that red and white. Now, it would necessitate an overall color change on your house. Let's just do it. Oh. Well, that's dare. Oh, you like the red and the tan. Right. No, that's a very sophisticated look. It still has a lot of vintage charm while being a little less. Right. It's a niche kind of color. It's a little difficult to match. So let's make those changes right now. And yeah, so that's right. You see that trim on your house? It's kind of why I was asking you about the color blindness, because it's just those are two very different greens. Just a few more windows. Wonderful. Now at this point, let's go ahead and change your fencing as well. I love your current fencing. I think it's quite attractive. We just wanted to match everything else. And same with the columns. And of course right, all of the woodwork. We just want to get all the woodwork looking fresh and new. Now, do you like the pattern you have now? We have this really nice, right? We have that. Or if you wanted just a slightly different option. Oh, you like the round. It's very feminine. Great. And last, your banisters. And those will look very attractive with the white stairs. Right. Let's make sure we are definitely, now don't you fear, we are going to address that trim on your roof. Absolutely. But first, there we go. Look how much nicer that looks. Oh, I'm very impressed. Thank you for letting me make immediate changes. Great. Now your roof trim. Now see, look how that, yes, I agree. I think that's just a very attractive look. No, you don't. It doesn't look like a barber shop, I promise. It's just a little more flair. And a newscaster like you, I'm sorry, internet newscaster like you, deserves a bit of flair. Oh, very nice, very nice. So let's return inside. Now that you have those decisions made, and would you like the interior doors as well? Yes. Fully agree, fully agree. Oh, this is going to look really lovely. And we're just adding everything to that same color scheme. Very nice indeed. Yeah, sometimes I just don't understand. Oh, you have a creaky chair. Sometimes I don't understand what these home decor companies are thinking, just not having these wood tones that really are even in the same tonal family. It's fascinating. Let's go ahead and switch that to white. I think that's our best bet. I know. You're pointing out that this tan isn't the same as the white surrounding it. It's not trying to be. Two different colors altogether. Right. But do you see now how this sofa just looks better in this space? It stands out a little more. It's more inviting. Oh, you've noticed that it is a subtle color difference from the darker red of the woodwork, but we don't want, right, not everything has to completely match. We're looking at your rug now as well, and this rug is, I'm sorry, I just have to say it, it's a rug that doesn't do you justice. Let's go ahead and sell that as well. Exactly. Now, are you interested in a wall-mounted television? That will be one of our more significant purchases. Right. Now, this is a really nice, it's 2600, but it's quite reliable. Can you imagine watching the game, the big game, on that as opposed to your older television? Just imagine watching the llamas run down the field, court, the field of play. Right. Now, I actually like not having furniture right up against the walls. I think it's nice to give a room a little bit of room to breathe. And I'm even going to suggest maybe a different style of just kind of playing with placement here. Interesting. Here's something I'd like to recommend. You can actually even do. Right. No, don't be afraid to play. Always be willing to experiment and play and just enjoy yourself. How about that? It's a very interesting. It's a more interesting use of space, and it inspires someone to come in further. And do you see how your TV is still very important, but not every bit of focus in the room? Right. Oh, I think that's quite attractive. Now, at this point, let's talk about a rug to take the place of the rug that we sold. Right. Now, we're looking. So you're interested in a Strangerville made rug? Sure. Now, I know the rug shop down the street sells rather vivid patterns, which might conflict a little bit with the already bold pattern on the walls. I was thinking more of a neutral. That's that's a choice. That is a choice. Well, it kind of bumps up against the walls. It's a choice that could be made. How about you let's look at maybe something else, a little more, exactly, just a little more neutral, a little more modern. Now, how about this one? Isn't that nice? It's of the same color fit, had the same grayscale basically as the wall. Much more modern, still a floral. Right. No, you're exactly right. Plants are key. But, you're not sure about the wall-mounted television. No, that's fine. $2,600 is a lot of money. Why don't we look at perhaps a nice accent table? Yes. Exactly. No, now you're getting it. Something to come. Yes. Now, would you be interested? Something more rustic? No, I agree. Now we're starting to get a bit that's very modern. And also, do you see how bright that red is? Right. I applaud your desire to really give this space the kind of pizzazz it needs, but right. Well, let's look at perhaps something, a bit more rustic. Oh, I like that very much. It's right. Let's move that into the light. And no, I understand. That's a great idea. Let's do this. And we're playing. All we're doing is playing. And there's no penalty in playing. I made a sports joke. Now I don't know what sport I'm referring to. Well, In any event, this one is 2,500. Right. Let's make sure that fits well on this. Doesn't particularly. Let's see how well it fits on the space. It's okay, so just it doesn't fit quite perfectly. Right. No, I understand. Perhaps just a TV stand? No, I think that's a wise choice. A wise choice indeed. Oops. How about, do you like that? Do you like the TV stand? I agree, I think it's quite cute. Has a sort of vintage glamour all of its own. Exactly. Well, let's go ahead and return the... Oh, no, we'll return the table. And now we have this nice little corner area. Both couches can see the TV with ease. And a few more people can enjoy whatever sporting event you're desiring to show them. It's a small change, but it makes a difference. Now you also, this desk, I mean, you're a internet broadcaster, correct? Do you film it all from your house? You do? How? Oh. The webcam on your computer. No, that's just fine. I want to make a suggestion, though. You could get a streaming... Exactly. Had you been considering it? That's a great idea. Why don't we go ahead and know that your equipment isn't terrible. It's just... it doesn't really reflect... Right. Exactly. Now we could put your streaming state... Would you rather have... Oh, thank you. No, I'm not a streamer. I didn't realize. So right here, do you like that? I kind of agree. You'll get a bit more road noise. Well, do we want to do... Here's another idea. We could move things around pretty drastically. Just because something is previously a living room nook doesn't mean it has to remain a living room nook. Right? So, say you wanted a space kind of away from the road noise. Oh, even better. Alright, so you're concerned about camera angles. Not right by the window. Alright. Well, that's very nice. Let's get your desk and desk chair. We'll need to give you another chair. Oh, you just like to scoot back and forth? Is that possible? Yeah. No, we'll get you another chair. Okay. And then you had mentioned that you're a large reader, but I don't see any bookcases in this house. Would you like a bookcase? Just something very simple. Simple and crisp. No, I understand. Now I'm just going to point out we're about halfway through your budget, but we've also already purchased 2 of the most expensive items. Never fear. Alright. So now we have 2 functions that we want to explore. Your kitchen is plenty large to put a table in there if you'd like to have your dining space in the kitchen. Okay. I see. Do you have any interest in sort of opening up this wall? I know that's not a structural change that we discussed, but... Alright. No. There's certainly no penalty, of course not. Another sports joke. I'm so very proud of myself. Oh, interesting. Now that you've pushed those couches around, that is certainly another way we could go. That is. Another way you may want to consider would be to put your TV against this wall. Exactly. You could maintain the same sort of... Now here it gets a little more difficult because you just don't have the same amount of room. Right. Now, if we brought this over a fair bit, but then you start really running into your kitchen. Oh no, one of the mistakes I think people do is not, they think they need so much more space than they do, and so their spaces become very cold and empty as opposed to intimate. Now with this, no, I totally get it. You want to have a good path to your kitchen, and I completely understand and agree. No, I wouldn't put your there. Do your carpet like that so people can see it, as opposed to having it all buried under the couches. Now, how about dining? I can't, look over there. Sold. Great. Let's look at a dining table that might reflect more you. Because this is a lovely, you're showing a very interesting, kind of mid-century modern. I know that's a buzzword, I know. But you're embracing it, and I'm very fond of this style. So let's go ahead and what do you think? Do you like that table? I like it too. I think it's beautiful. Let's go ahead and right, you don't need to mimic. Like, not everything should be red, not everything should be brown. Gray. You can mix things up. Do you like the black and white chairs? They feel heavy to you. That's just fine. Yellow? Yeah, just look through the swatches. One thing I would not recommend, though, is doing more red. Do you see? It would just be... We're doing pops of color as opposed to sledgehammers of color. Right. Do you like the gray and white? Oh, really? You're willing to do that, the black and white? Give that a try. I think it's a very attractive palette. Oops, let's just place those a little better. Wonderful. And would you... Oh, that is interesting. So instead of doing gray, you want that sort of lighter pine look. I actually think that's quite attractive. Now, oh yes, you had mentioned how much you enjoyed chess. Right. So let's grab a couple more of these tables. Excuse me, these chairs. Oof. And by the way, you don't have any curtains. I feel like you might be exposing a bit more of yourself than you might like. Oh, now that's a striking chess set. Very nice indeed. Oh, lovely. So, yeah. Oh, I know. There's a great deal to do in the rest of your home, but I feel like I have a better understanding of you now. Of you, Diamond, and what you like and what you might find interesting. What do you think of it? Looking around, what are your thoughts? What draws your eye? I know it is a big change. I get it. I get it. Right back to work. That's just admirable. Oh, your cat's very friendly. Oh, that's right, you don't have a cat. I have a cat. I know. There's so many. Yes. Well, lamps, curtains, rugs, tchotchkes. Oh, no, I can tell from your expression that you're a little done for today. Well, why don't we end our appointment here? We'd rather not. Oh, you're not listening at all. We don't want this process to become overwhelming, so let's wrap it up here today, and I'll come back another day, and we'll keep on with the renovation. Yes. Oh, do you like that television? Do you? Very wonderful. You could sit. You could sit on one of the nice couches. look how Ah, you're pumped. Good, good. Well, how about I settle right in here to watch the premiere with you? All right, Diamond, thanks so much. Enough about business. Let's watch some TV.